Yes? Yes.
Do we got it now?
I think we got it. I think we got it. Yes. All right. So welcome. How are you today?
I'm doing fantastic. The good thing about being in financial services is I don't have to deal with computers that much, actually.
Surprise.
Yeah.
So welcome. So welcome to Elegant Conversation with Jacqueline Valdez. I'm so excited for our next guest. We got you on. Yay, internet. So we are talking about money today and develop a wealthy mindset with Mr. Matt Scott today. Yes. So money. So there's so many questions that I know so many have. And right now it's really difficult with COVID and with the financial situation. And I love that you were saying that you found a way to help others and to do something that you're super passionate about.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. It's money's one of those topics that, they claim causes divorce and
Right.
I don't know how much I buy into that. I think money is more of an indicator of other problems.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, money is something very stressful, and right
Yes.
now, COVID has actually helped business from my end because people are more aware that they need to be paying more attention to their
Yeah.
money. They need to be better prepared. So
Yes.
it's getting people to reach out to people like me. And I know a lot of people I think that are watching are probably business owners, entrepreneurial, and me too.
Yeah.
We have another whole set of concerns because we don't
Yeah.
have anything automatic through our job. So we have to think about this for ourselves.
Yes. And that's scary because it's where do you start?
Hmm.
How do you even start? What's the first step that you take to build something from nothing, pretty much?
Yeah, and that big question of where do I start
Yeah.
just causes most people not to.
Yeah.
They
And
just
it's
avoid it
intimidating.
altogether.
It's intense. It's like, oh God, never mind.
Sure. And then,
Yeah.
if you walk into most financial companies and you say, hey, listen, I don't know where to start. I know nothing about this. Can someone teach me? And I would
Yeah.
appreciate it if it'd be free.
Yeah.
They kind of might laugh at you, but to
Yeah.
me, that's my passion. Like I love teaching anyone, groups, one-on-one individuals. And then if you decide to use me, great.
Yeah.
If not, I want you to walk away knowing more.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that. So you also talk about preparing for retirement and
Hmm.
preparing as we age. Is there a tip
Hmm.
that you would give people to kind of get them in the right direction?
For one thing, this is so powerful. Like, if you hear nothing else today, please, internet, do not go out before I get this out of my mouth.
Okay.
If
I'm
you
excited.
hear nothing else today, okay, especially for entrepreneurial people, business owners, and really anyone, wealth is not built from money made,
Okay.
it's built from money saved.
Ah, okay.
Okay? Because so many people, we focus so hard on making that money, and I
Yes.
get it, getting them dollars. Like, I understand that.
Yeah.
And then we say things as professionals like, well, I'm investing back in my business.
Yeah.
No, your business is not a retirement plan. So
Yeah.
when you're making money, I know you got to pay bills. I know you have to
Yes.
reinvest in your business, but you've got to put something aside for yourself.
Okay.
It's still your money. It's
Right.
just over here for your future self, and you will be
Okay.
glad. I mean, we're all young. I know, I get it. We don't think we're going to get old one day, but
Yeah.
it's going to happen.
Yeah, and it's true. I'm guilty of that. I am so focused on like, okay, I have to pay these bills. I have to do this, do that, that I need to myself step aside some
Mhm.
money and just start saving it.
Sure. And
And it adds
now
up.
it does add up. And the
Yeah.
problem is, I call them sexy squirrels. There's always a new sexy squirrel,
Uh-huh.
Bitcoin, gold. There's always something like people want to invest in. But the
Yeah.
truth of the matter is, more millionaires in America have been produced by investing in something called a mutual fund.
Okay.
Because a mutual fund is not going to get you rich overnight. I call it the get rich slow plan. Okay.
Right.
It's not going to get
Nice.
you rich overnight, but you also can't lose all your money overnight like you
Yeah.
can investing in stocks. And so
Okay.
it just gives you a nice average interest rate that over the long haul can
Wow.
turn most people into a millionaire. Really, it's
Wow.
surprising.
Yeah, that's really exciting because I've thought about investing money, and I know some people have tried to give me some words of advice, and they're like, oh, you should do stocks, you should do bonds, you should look at this and that. And it's like, oh my God, there's so much information. Where do you
Yeah.
start? It's intimidating.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
unless you went to college for investing and you have time all day, every day to watch that stuff,
Yeah.
a mutual fund is gives you a little bit of everything, and it has
Okay.
a professional management team that does all that for you.
Okay.
So you can go on about your life and follow
Right.
what your passion is while your money is growing for you.
Right. Right. Wow. That's so exciting. That's a good
Mhm.
tip. Is there any
Yeah.
other tips that you want to spill today?
Yeah, absolutely. I always have to share this because most people have never heard of it. Okay.
Right. Okay.
I'm going to tell you something that 99% of people on this call have never heard before. All
Uh-huh.
right. So if ever you go to like learn how to play a new game,
Right.
right? You ever tried to play a game and someone else knew all the rules and you didn't know the rules?
Yes.
Yeah, it's frustrating. Like you can't win.
Yeah.
So we're trying to win this money game, but we don't know the rules.
Yeah.
And I'm going to give everyone for free the number one rule of money
Nice.
that you'll never learn in public education, you'll never learn in college, and no financial institution will teach you. This is the
Okay.
secret.
Okay. And you
Okay?
heard it here, guys.
You heard it here before the government tries to shut us down. That's what's going on. The banking system is trying to shut this down. They don't want me to tell you this. They go, "Oh my God, it's that Matt guy. We got to stop him." Okay. So so here it is.
Uh-huh.
Albert Einstein, you've heard of that guy before,
Hmm.
okay? So he wanted to figure out how does our money grow?
Right.
Like we knew if we earn more interest, we make more money, but how does that work? So there's a time in history we didn't know that.
Yeah.
So Albert Einstein did this big long equation and figured it out.
Uh-huh.
And he broke it down to a fourth grade math problem called the rule of 72.
Okay.
Okay. So this is live, y'all.
I love
Jackie,
it.
we've never talked about this before. Have you ever heard of the rule of 72 before?
I have not.
Okay. And that's what everybody says. So
Wow.
here's how it works. If you can
Okay.
imagine this, you take the number 72
Uh-huh.
and you divide it by whatever interest rate you're earning on your money.
Okay.
Okay. That answer will tell you the number of years it takes your money to double.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so let's do a little simple thing here. If you're
Okay.
earning 1% interest on your money,
Okay.
which, by the way, the bank is going to give you 0.20, 0.10, not even 1%.
Right.
But if you're earning 1% interest on your money, 72 divided by 1 is 72.
Right.
So if you took $1 and put it in an account earning 1%,
Uh-huh.
it would turn into $2 72 years later.
Okay. Wow.
Okay?
I love that.
But on the
Very
flip
cool.
side,
Hmm.
what if you're averaging 10% interest? Well, now
Yeah.
your money doubles every 72 divided by 10 is 7.2 years. Your
Interesting.
money doubles. But think about it. 5,000
Uh-huh.
in 7 years doubles to 10,000. Another 7 years, that's 20,000. Another 7 years, 40, 80, 160, 320. So the more time you give it,
Right.
the bigger it grows, which is why we
Right.
have to start like yesterday.
Yeah. I'm definitely going to do it as soon as we get off this interview. You motivated me and inspired me. So how did you get into this?
Wow. So if someone would have asked me what industry or
Yeah.
career field would I be least likely to get into,
Yeah.
it would be this. Uh, I've done everything. I used to own a fitness center. I was a personal trainer for 10 years. Mainly, I've always enjoyed helping people. So I just thought if I could find a place where I could make a living helping people, it'd be
Nice.
great.
Nice.
Well, 8 years ago, when I was struggling financially,
Yeah.
I met a guy who said, "Come see what I do."
Wow.
And I saw it was this kind of stuff, and I thought, "Gag me with a spoon,
I
no
don't know
way."
about that. Yeah.
I don't know about that, right? But I figured, why not? Let me give it a shot. That way I can tell the guy I tried it and it didn't work out.
Yeah.
Well, 8 years later, I've got 40 licensed agents all across the United States of America and just my personal brokerage, making
Wow.
a six-figure income, and I get to change. And my job is literally, apart from saving someone's life, I can't
Yeah.
think of anything more rewarding than saving someone's financial life. And I just get to see these awesome
Yeah.
success stories on a daily basis.
Yeah, that's got to be very rewarding to see that. And especially now during COVID, has that affected your career?
Believe it or not, kind of like I mentioned earlier,
Yeah.
it's made it better for two reasons. First of all, one of the things I do is life insurance,
Okay.
and we don't have enough time to get into that, but the bottom line about life insurance
Yes.
is, first of all, if you need it, and if you don't have anyone relying on your income, you don't need it.
Okay. That's so funny.
Okay.
I was just going to ask you about life insurance.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, bottom line, if you've got debts
Hmm.
and you've got not enough money saved to pay it off,
Right.
and if that would hurt somebody else financially if you passed away, then you need some. Okay.
Right.
But the goal for every person is for them to acquire wealth.
Okay.
Okay. There's 100% chance that you or somebody is going to use that money.
Right.
But there's not 100% chance that life insurance is going to be used. So I recommend the highest coverage, low cost life insurance. I want to keep your life insurance cost as low as possible.
Yes.
So that you can actually afford to invest money for your future.
Nice.
Yeah.
So what would you say for the people that say, but what happens if I die tomorrow? And I'm putting all this money to the side and I'm not enjoying it now and I'm not spending it now.
Yeah, I agree with them. I mean, you got to have a balance. And again, that's why I tell someone, don't be life insurance poor.
Right.
You got to realize that most of these people out here with life insurance licenses are trying to make a ton of money off of one client.
Right.
And so they're going to recommend just a very expensive, confusing product. If it's confusing, by the way, you shouldn't buy it. That's a good rule of thumb for everything, right?
Yeah, it's very true.
So yeah, and so it would shock you how much life insurance coverage you could get with someone like me for a very small amount of money.
Okay.
That way you can afford to enjoy life and put away a little bit for yourself later on. And the sooner you start saving, the less money you have to save.
Nice. That's so exciting. Yeah, it must be really rewarding and lots of numbers and just transforming people's lives.
Yeah, and you had mentioned, COVID, and I'm sorry I rabbit trailed so bad, but with COVID, I get excited. But
I love it. The conversation.
Yeah, we all think I'm never going to die.
Yeah.
Well, then COVID came around and
Very true.
people are thinking about the possibility. So it did help that into my business. But then the second thing is, again, people are realizing that I've got to start saving money because if a crisis happens and I have nothing to fall back on, I'm really in trouble. And the beautiful thing is, because my clients have been so well prepared, the COVID crisis has not affected. Yeah, it didn't even affect them.
So what would you say for the people that what did affect, that are now 2 months, 3 months behind on bills, and they're not getting any of the loans, they're not getting unemployment, and they're also struggling, not just financially, but to get out into the workforce?
So this requires a lot of courage for people. And I realize that, and that's why I like to work with people with that understanding heart. But here's what I would tell them.
Okay.
People that stay stuck and broke their entire lives are people that think on a day-to-day basis. It's hard not to when the lights are about to get turned off and the bills are stacking up. But this will pass, okay? You're going to be okay. It will pass. But you've got to think about, how can I start moving myself into a position where this cannot happen to me again? Yes. Okay. And it's not just, it goes beyond saving money. It also goes beyond, and I know, Jackie, you'll love this. Don't rely on a job or a boss to take care of you and your family. Yeah. You've got to find other ways of income that you have more control over, because that's what happened to me. I was doing financial services part-time. Okay. While I had my full-time job, and I eventually was going to make the transition. Well, my company screwed me over when I got injured at work, but fortunately I had a spare career to fall on. I mean, we've got a spare tire. Why don't we have a spare career? So I would encourage people not only have some money saved, but have you a backup career source as well. And by the way, and I know this is going to people all over the place, but I'm opening offices in Gainesville, so I'm looking for part-time people.
Oh, very cool. That's very exciting. Yes. So can you tell people your business, or did you want to let people know they can just holler at you?
So first of all, do you mind if I give my cell phone number out?
Totally up to you.
Okay.
Whatever you feel
that's the best way to get a hold of me. I'm actually going to put it in a comment here as well while I say it, but it is 904-364-8697.
Nice.
And that is my cell phone. If you have any questions, again, like I said, guys, I don't charge for my time. I don't think I'm that special. Uh, the only way I can get paid is if I'm actually able to help you with something, but I'd be glad to sit with you and help explain this stuff to you. Now, the
Very
company I represent is Primerica Financial.
okay.
Now, Primerica does its own life insurance because we don't trust anybody else with it. It's, like I said, a crooked industry. But as far as the retirement planning, I work with dozens and dozens of other financial companies that, you know, people have heard
Yes.
of before.
Okay, very exciting. What do you want to be remembered by?
That is a phenomenal question. Yeah, I can say and I'm also, by the way, a very spiritual person, so I'm also in the ministry as well. But, you know, whether it be ministry or financially speaking, I want to just be remembered as someone who people knew wanted to make a difference and did actually make a difference. That's really what I want to be remembered by.
I love it. Was there anything else that you wanted to people know, let the viewers know?
Well, besides thanking them for being patient with the internet issues,
Yes.
but well, here's what I would say to the viewers. You may already have someone that you like and you trust, and that's great, all right? But just as if you went to the doctor and you got some bad news, you'd probably want a second opinion, okay? I promise, you can tell probably by listening to me, I'm not a high-pressure salesperson. If I can't improve upon what you have going on, I don't want your business. But I would tell you, at least call me, talk with me, let's grab a coffee together and just chat. And in the very least, we could be friends, and maybe down in the future, we can help each other out.
Nice. I love it. Well, thank you so much. I'm so glad we were able to finally connect, and you gave so many great tips.
Thank you. And I'd be glad to come back anytime you need me.
Sounds good. We'll definitely have you back. Thank you. Thank you,
You're welcome.
guys. Bye.
Bye-bye.